Kips Clips. Alrighty, YouTube, another one of Kips Clips. So, beautiful day outside in Glasgow, Scotland, hopefully UK as a whole. Thursday, run up to the weekend when all the journalists go away and start having their hookers and blow fun. So let's have a wee round up as to what's happening. I don't know if you have noticed what's happened is very recently Donald Trump seems to appear to be doing this round the world trip, touching base with all the major leaders of the world as if to sort of get a coordinated plan of action to put in place. Let's see if we can see that materialising right in front of our eyes now. I'm going to go and cycle to Loch Lomond. That's how I'm going to go and take my mind off things. I'm going to make a stupid wee video along the way and stuff and that as well, see if it's any fun. But anyway, I'm going to go and do 32 miles, get a bit of balance away from the warfare. So, I'll do a roundup of all the lovely bombs going off, war, there, here, everywhere, in 1 wee second. Let's first poke our snouts in at the South China Sea, which relates to other news that's coming up just now as well. If you haven't got up to speed in the South China Sea, to summarise, China's trying to project its military might into the South China Sea. America's objecting to that. It is a very, very, very important trade route. Whoever controls it via the military has a very large influence on the trade that can and cannot flow through that area. Part of the agenda that's going on here, trying to keep China in their box. Anyway, so in first under Trump, US warship challenges Beijing's claims in South China Sea. This was out today, I do believe, May the 25th. US Navy warship sailed within 12 nautical miles of an artificial island. Go and look into nautical law, nautical miles, territorial waters, law of the sea. I've probably go and look along those lines, and this stuff will come a wee bit more into context. Basically, what's happening just now is China's building islands, claiming it as their own, thus claiming sovereign territorial waters. I think that's the right way to pronounce it. Don't crucify me if it's not. And America doesn't recognise it, so they're kind of playing a game of chicken. And we'll see how this pans out. But again, they are poking each other with a stick, for lack of a better way of explaining it. I shall leave a link for that down below. South China Sea, Duterte, South Front. People, please pull it. A lovely source, good information. Go and use it as one of your many. So I use it as one of my many sources of information. My take on this is pro-Russia, anti-West. Call it propaganda. Call it just it's pro-Russia, anti-West news outlet. Duterte declares martial law in Philippines. Mind an owl as fighting with ISIS intensifies. Stick Duterte into my channel. 6 months, maybe a year now since he's took over. At the moment what's happened, and this is my best guess, at the moment what's happening is Philippines very strategically replaced in the South China Sea, is caught in a geopolitical war with China and America as to who controls what. Now, the separations of powers which should exist in most countries, to the best of my knowledge, the Filipino army is more or less still under the lockdown of the US. The police still more or less in lockdown of the United States. But Duterte, he seems to be swaying towards China. and he's playing everybody off against each other. I could elaborate here forever, but it's that, like, I know it seems separate. This is just internal Filipino politics. I argue differently. This is part of the geopolitical struggle that's going on under the disguise of ISIS this, Al-Sham that, Al-Kebab this, we Al from down the street him, all the usual bullcrap. This is what World War III looks like. I've been saying it for 5-6 years now. This is what World War III looks like. Internal political warfare going on in our own countries, mine included. Scotland, sorry. Zikal, the SNP, Scotland SNP has took over. Lovable troll will love to take that one, take it out of context, and again, try and paint me as a Nazi, which would mean that's like threats of violence. If he's taking things out of context, painting me as a Nazi, which could lead to threats of violence, which has led to threats of violence against me. These people are committing crimes, man, real bad crimes. Anyway, I won't talk about the documented crimes of the lovable troll and James Slattery. Let's get on with the news. North Korea, listen to this for some ooga booga. Daily Express, Richard Desmond, Zionist Jew. He's a bigoted Jew as well. He prefers to work with Jews, although he supports UKIP, which is a British nationalist party. But their biggest supporter in the British press is an Israeli firster Zionist bigoted Jew. My head is spinning. Not really, I completely understand what's happening here. But anyway, you go and figure it out. Oh, and plus he's a pornographer. He's not in porn, he pushes porn. He's a porn kingpin. I dare say in his time, just like in Loch, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels, he has, like Harry the Hatchet, I dare say he has killed people. Just a rumour, this is my theory. I think he has committed murder by 12-inch black dildos. And sometimes art imitates life, and I think that's what Loch, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels was doing. But anyway, the fear that they're hyping up, all different countries, all the same thing. China, Philippines, North Korea, these are all independent sovereign countries. And this is all part of the same game, I would argue. North Korea has hundreds of biochemical attack drones as fear of global war soars. Now, I don't want to go any further because otherwise I'll piss my pants. And I've got my, oh, do you know what? I've got a nappy on, man. I've actually got those cycling shorts. This isn't even gay. I've got those cycling shorts. Let's get the padded arse on it. You know, you said to me a few years ago, I would be getting on my bike with a nappy on to cycle to Loch Lomond. I wouldn't have believed you. This is the crazy world in which we live. So be aware of any drones out there sent by Kim Jong-un. They're biochemical attack drones. As fear of global war soars. Woo! You know, all this fear. Oh my god, all this fear, all this fear, all this fear. Sorry to do this, but I do love doing this. I actually do love doing this. Because it's the way that the moral compass, saying what you see, consistency, not riding the meme trains. It's where it gets you. So you're a fearmonger, alright? You say when World War III's out, you're just you talk about seeing through the fear porn, all you are is fear porn. No, like fear comes from lack of understanding. Right? So I'm not about ignoring what's happening in the world. I'm about trying my best to understand what's happening. I probably am so far off the mark it's untrue, but it's an honest assessment and it's coming from an honest place. Just like when I made that video over 5 years ago.
Point out to
nearly
people
5
who
years
think
ago.
World War III isn't happening because the BBC doesn't tell you so. So let's just take a wee trip around the world.
I was coming from a genuine place
Canada.
of right. Let me, because this was when I was looking at this was when the idea of misdirection was getting into my head. You know how they're telling you to look over here, what's happening here, and they're telling you to look there, what's happening here, and then through that investigation, I genuinely built up a picture of what was happening in the globe, and then I took a people a tour around World War III. Back in January 2013, go and listen to that. I'm very, very proud of that. Very, very, very proud of it.
America.
And
with this gun shit that
let's say for those crackpot people back then, the 134 people that thought there was some merit, they're now living in less fear.
I'm pretty sure.
See when they rock up on their bus in the morning and they see Richard Desmond, Zionist Jew, UKIP propaganda talking about drones and fears of a global war. Sorry, we've been in a global war for some time now, you dumb fucks. Sorry. Me and Kip's Clips were a wee bit ahead of the game. Taiwan as well, and again, Taiwan, separate country, nothing to do with China. It's not the American China. Don't go and look into your history and stuff like that. Don't scratch beneath the surface. Or the Tommy Robinson, it's the circus. You wee wasp-eating midget bastard. Cunt bag. Anyway, this is nothing to do with all these things that I'm pointing at, and again, all I'm doing is fear-mongering, just like I was 5 years ago, pointing at there was something going on in the world, there's a geopolitical struggle going on, and unfortunately us citizens are paying for it. See this austerity? This austerity that the world is going through, it's not austerity, it is a wartime economy. It's a wartime economy, Edward Bernays. Too many things you don't understand there, stick it in your Google. And hopefully, see, so we've got a wee bit of Taiwan fear there, but again, nothing to do, they're just simulating invading China and stuff, as all this stuff's happening in the South China Sea. Very, 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 very real in the sense that there are two militaries driving their boats, and I know that isn't quite technically the term, okay, sailing their ships on the sea, right, they're just cruising down, they're just
so you've got
rolling along the high seas, but you get the drift. We've got and again, they are both slave masters. They are just it's gangsters, mobsters arguing over turf. This is a turf war between gangsters. So before people go, it's all fake, they're all in it together. The Rothschilds get a bank there, the Rothschilds get a bank here. Yes, well noted. The gangsters always have to pay the Iron Bank, don't they? But they do fight over turf. So they've got that wee bit more pile to be able to pay the Iron Bank that wee bit easier. Is that a good way of simplifying it? Let's see what else we've got here that doesn't fit into any of this, of course. OPEC meeting Saudi Arabia. Now, bear in mind, you need to get the backstory. Daily Express have told you UKIP supporting that, which is supporting the geopolitical agenda of nationalism. Yeah, I know the hypocrisy. Don't question it, just move on. The geopolitical agenda of nationalism, scratch beneath the circus, Zionism, Richard Desmond, the Zionist scumbag gutter porn pushing press owner, now telling you bad things about Saudi Arabia. Crazy that, isn't it? I mean, we all know Saudi Arabia alone done 9/11 because Donald Trump, the 9/11 truther, told us. Are all these fools so stupid?
So they're at war.
Yeah, have you watched Idiocracy?
You've
Anyway,
got heavy
sorry,
civil
I
unrest,
digress.
bailout after
OPEC,
bailout after
oil
bailout
producing.
after mass, really
Shit, go and
large
look at it. It's the oil producing
protests,
nations, right? Forget the
and
abbreviation
so
of
they
it.
might not
I
be
know what they
technically
are.
at war,
I
but
forget
the
their
people
fucking
are
alphabet
the people of Spain,
abbreviation.
the normal.
Oh, hold on! I need to pause this video
guy on
and
the
Google
street is
it
at war
and
with
make
the
it look like I'm
government, so it's
unfallible and I'm
austerity
not
push.
human and I know everything when I know
Portugal,
fuck
they're the same,
all.
they've had mass,
Anyway, Saudi Arabia plan to
protests
hike
as
oil
well,
prices will
heavy civil
backfire, says
unrest.
expert. Right, economic warfare
Germany,
happening here.
they're
They're
giving
using
support to
oil
Mali.
prices up, down,
I
left,
keep
right,
calling it
like they
Mali,
used
and it's
against Russia
Mali,
and
sorry.
stuff. This has
They're
happened
giving
globally.
support
Have you seen what's
to
happening
air
in
support,
Venezuela?
support for France
Venezuela.
and Mali.
The more I think about it, the more I can't see it. People are
Netherlands,
starting to beat each other up. And the supermarkets hijack supermarket trucks and all that. More fucking power to you. See if you're hungry.
Italy, heavy.
I don't suggest anything. This is me talking off the cuff. Theoretically, if I was hungry, I would happily go and hijack a Asda truck.
Civil unrest.
If there was no way else, starve or hijack an Asda truck. Hard choice. But hey, don't worry, vote socialist. We'll win this time. No, vote Labour. We'll steal less of your money and direct it to the best places. Stop voting. Stop playing these motherfucker games. We need to take our ball back, and once we've took our ball back, all the wee fannies that were mistreating our ball, we'll kick them in the balls and deal with them appropriately. And I'm off to Loch Lomond. Let's see anything else.
I'm going to run out of time here. They've got heavy. They've got protests outside.
Aye.
They don't even get enough time to go around and mention all this.
Excuse the haircut and I had a broken jaw at the time.
Russia, they're involved in Syria.
But I'm so proud of being able to have 5 years of documentation of the same moral compass, seeing the same things.
Just been into Gaza.
The patterns I was seeing then are the ones that I'm still harping on about now, and the patterns I was seeing then are the ones that a lot of people would argue were very, very accurate.
And I know I'm going to
whereas Alex Jones, ISIS are real, they're fake. Hillary Clinton runs ISIS. Now they're Islamist Muslim maniacs. We have to kill Islam. We have to kill the Muslims. I thought Hillary Clinton started ISIS. She did, but we need to kill the Muslims. The guy cannot make his mind up because he doesn't have a moral compass. He isn't saying what he sees. He isn't speaking from his head or his heart. He's full of shit. And when I see Alex Jones, the Umbrella Corporation, go and listen to that wee Kev Faker and trying to speak Scottish politics. I cannot wait to meet him at a demonstration. Do you know what? Hopefully my leg muscles fucking will really be able to deliver a real good, figuratively boot to the balls, because he'll verbally destroy the wee rat bastard as well. And these frauds have just been found out, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Solidarity! Yes, come on. Oh my god, man. It upsets me, I see... Do you know what it upsets me? I see people in my reality, not on this shite, internet pish, in my reality, getting affected with this stuff, and everybody going, I'm not a sheep, I'm not a sheep, standing in the field following pre-fucking packaged leaders handed out to you by the people who you think that you hate. Anyway, short and sweet as always. Thumbs it up, share it on Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus, all the good stuff. If you do get any value or anything from the shows I do, from the clips, it's digital busking. Feel free to stick a few quid in the hat. You can do it via the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. It's very much appreciated, and it is the way forward. I hope, and no content is delivered at the threat of a gun. Pay me or you'll get it. You should be supporting the person, not the work. As we all know, it doesn't take that much to have a computer, an internet connection, a camera, a mic, and the software you can get all free to produce these videos. See people holding a gun to your head, people going on trips and stuff, like, you know, who want to actually go out and do things in the physical world. That I do understand. But see all these people.
I mean,
Oh, my
the list
computer's
goes on and
breaking
on.
in the
Please correct
background.
me if I'm
Yes,
wrong as
my
well,
computer's broke. So the
there's,
one that I'm
Congo
producing this video on and putting it out,
where else have we got? Where's
these
South
scams
Africa?
are just recycled
so
bullshit.
South Africa.
Anyway, I digress. The hat, like I'm busking the hats out. Consider
on,
using the Patreon and PayPal buttons down below. Very much appreciated. Leave all your comments as well. Good, bad, ugly, and indifferent. I will read and respond to as many as I can. Just need to get the outro, and I'm out of here. Alright, YouTube.
Yemen, war in Yemen. Shit out of Yemen. Saudi Arabia,
It's a F.E.A.R, F.E.A.R, it's a F.E.A.R, F.E.A.R, it's F.E.A.R, F.E.A.R, come on.
just a quick tour of the
It
world.
keeps the cheese and the maize and the rats and the race and those peasants in the days like Edward Malays. It's a F.E.A.R, come on.
Keeps clear.
Because they don't tell you World War III isn't happening.